Welcome to the Know. I'm Ashley Jenkins.
I'm John Reisinger.
Is the wait over? Do we finally have confirmation that the Nintendo NX is going to be the holy grail console that makes all of our hopes and dreams come true and wipes a tear from every eye?
That's a lot of hopes.
Well, no, yeah, it's too many hopes. Not quite, sorry.
If a news report is to be believed, we may now have an indication of what Nintendo's mystery NX box actually is, as well as the hardware inside of it.
Another leak! We've got a lot of them. Sometimes they do this. This news comes from an extensive Eurogamer report claiming that multiple sources have confirmed that the Nintendo NX is a portable console with a detachable controller powered by NVIDIA Tegra technology. So it actually does line up with a lot of previous rumors. And the more rumors you have, the more real it is.
And it uses cartridges instead of discs.
Another one!
Which everyone's been asking for that. And it's always a go-to against the grain. I mean, that's what you want to do, Nintendo, right?
Well, it's a play for the nostalgia,
keep
for
us
sure.
guessing.
Look, let's keep in mind that this is a report from a news outlet and not confirmed by Nintendo. However, bigger publications like Eurogamer typically don't run news like this unless more than one source is feeding them the same information. They've also helped break stories about the PS4 Neo hardware and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare being set in space, so they've got a pretty decent track record.
Now that caveats are out of the way, let's talk about the biggest piece of potential news in this report, the idea that the Nintendo NX is actually a portable console.
Yeah, while rumors and speculation around the NX have theorized for some time that the console would be accompanied by a handheld component, Eurogamer's info seems to indicate something slightly different than what everyone expected.
Most of the prior speculation had to do with a patent filed by Nintendo back in December, which concerned the pairing of a handheld device with a console base. When the two are combined, they lend each other additional processing power.
And for Eurogamer, that's the same idea in play here, only the primary device is the handheld itself, not the base attached to your TV, meaning we're looking at a portable console.
According to the report, NX will function as a high-powered handheld console with its own display, and that the screen is bookended by two controller sections on each side, which can be attached or detached as required.
The report goes on to say, a base unit or dock station is used to connect the brain of the NX within the controller to the display on your TV.
So if the report is to be believed, the primary power of the NX comes entirely from the handheld portion of the system so that you can play almost any game when you're away from home. However, it's just as possible that the main experience is supposed to live on your TV with mini games or other additions played on the go.
Right, either way, on the go is the big emphasis that we'll be hearing from Nintendo. But following the disastrous Wii U launch, Nintendo's got to do everything they can to simplify the message behind the NX. That's the really big thing, which will be about taking your games with you.
This emphasis on the portable portion of the console, if we can even call it a console anymore.
We can. A handheld console, still a console.
Yeah, Game Boy was a console, right?
Yeah.
Is apparently going to come at a cost to power. Reportedly, Nintendo will be sacrificing visual fidelity in order to ensure that you can play your games wherever you want.
So once again, Nintendo isn't interested in playing the graphics game with PlayStation and Xbox. Because that worked out really well for them on the Wii, so they must think it's not a bad problem. Instead, they'll be choosing to go its own way.
Eurogamer's Digital Foundry did a well-researched breakdown of the NX's graphical capabilities, thanks to multiple sources confirming that it'll feature NVIDIA's mobile-based Tegra processor. The Tegra X1 chip was previously used in the Shield Android TV, NVIDIA's micro console.
The main focus of the Tegra is balancing efficiency and power in order to prolong battery life while maintaining decent visuals. Not an easy balancing act. As for what we can expect from the graphics, it'll probably be somewhere between last-gen hardware and current-gen hardware, all in the palm of your hand, though.
According to Digital Foundry, Doom BFG Edition on Xbox 360 and PS3 runs at 720p 60 with frame rate drops. The same game running on the Shield Android TV microconsole based on X1 hands in a near flawless 1080p 60 presentation. This is the case for other games they've tested as well. We've tested, they've tested, we're all friends, which can run smoothly at a higher resolution on the X1 chipset.
Yeah, but there is some speculation that it won't use the X1 chipset at all, but might even be utilizing the announced but still secretive X2 chip. That would help explain the system's March release and the rumored delays to the mass production we've heard about already.
One thing that many who are well versed in chip architecture, like myself, will no doubt point out is what this could mean for backward compatibility. Namely that a change in architecture probably means the NX won't be backward compatible with Wii U titles.
And that's what one Eurogamer source has stated as well, saying there's no plans for backward compatibility on the device at the moment. However, Virtual Console titles should be able to be emulated well enough since Tegra is up to snuff for that at least.
All this handheld talk brings us back around to the other point brought up by this report, that Nintendo NX uses cartridges.
My childhood is back. Look, this might be surprising to some, but when we first reported on the rumor that NX might go the way of cartridges back in May, we pointed out that all the old reasons to move away from the format, which was things like space restrictions and price, virtually non-existent these days. A lot of those problems have been solved.
That's good. The report indicates that Nintendo is recommending 32 gigabyte cartridges to developers, which would clock in smaller than 50 gigabyte Blu-ray discs. However, it's likely that they'll simply supplement some of the game or install data via digital downloads, which is what most PS4 and Xbox One games do already anyway.
Plus, the shift to cartridges cuts down on the amount of moving parts within the console, which becomes a lot more important if most of the experience is meant to be portable. You don't want things shaking around.
If this report is to be believed, Nintendo's NX is essentially an evolution of the Wii U, only with a bit of a twist. While the Wii U was a console with a handheld component that was for the most part tethered to the base, the NX sounds like it could be the ultimate version of the Wii U, something you can truly take with you anywhere.
It's the reality of what the dream of the Wii U was.
Yeah.
Others have pointed out that this seems to continue Nintendo's ongoing love affair with Apple's hardware design. Interestingly enough, US Gamer ran a piece back in October that documented Nintendo's history of adapting Apple's designs into their own product.
Back then, they speculated that the NX could work like Apple's Duo Dock, which was basically a desktop PC minus the processor. That doesn't make sense. The laptop where all the hardware lived docked with the monitor and gained additional capabilities. Okay, it makes sense now.
Yeah, and so far, all that seems to be the case here. Many of these claims from Eurogamer also line up with rumors we've been hearing over the last 6 months or so about the NX. We've previously mentioned both the portable console angle and cartridges, as the physical media have been rumored for quite some time.
It also jives with the rumors that much of NX's lineup will consist of Wii U ports. If backward compatibility is truly off the table, it would make sense for Nintendo to package its best Wii U games up for the NX, like Splatoon, Mario Kart, Smash Brothers.
Yeah, Nintendo also filed a new patent a few weeks back regarding a handheld device, which is probably related if these reports are true.
However, some of the information in the report flat out contradicts what we've heard in the past as well. Namely that the NX is going to be underpowered and running on the Tegra. Previous rumors indicated that it would be more powerful than the current generation hardware and running on x86 architecture.
But we all know how rumor mongering goes on the internet. It'll be interesting to see which of these end up being true and how this particular report plays out. But again, multiple sources did confirm this very, very specific information about the system, so we may be honing in on it.
We'll just have to wait until September to see if these reports are on target. That's when Nintendo is probably going to hold its NX tell-all.
Yeah, so look on the bright side. We have until September to get all the rumors and then figure out which are the rumoriest. What do you guys think of the report that Nintendo NX is a portable console with detachable controllers? Let us know in the comments.
For future updates on Nintendo's mystery console, like this video and subscribe to The Know. What was so confusing about the Wii U launch?
A lot of people, keep in mind, this is mainstream people, this isn't gamers. Gamers figured it out pretty quick, but a lot of mainstream people didn't realize that Wii U was a separate console. They thought it was an add-on to the Wii, like
so
an additional component.
Dumb.
Yeah, they were
Gotcha.
dumb. So much of the central marketing for the Wii U was around the gamepad that a lot of people thought it was just the gamepad, and then you added that onto your Wii, and they went, eh.
Everyone knows X2 is better than X1.
I don't know. That didn't work for the X-Men. That will help.
Shut up! It did. That was the joke I was making. Did you see Nightcrawler?
I did see Nightcrawler. That was part of the problem.
Read the damn prompter.
No.
The report indicates that Nintendo is recommending 32 gigabit cartridges to developers, which would clock in smaller than 50 gigabit Blu-ray disc.
Gigabytes.
Gigabit. Fuck you. If this report is to be believed, Nintendo XS and then NX, Nintendo NX and NXSS and everything.
You can start that
fuck
paragraph
that.
again.